Welcome everyone to the Bullish Money YouTube channel. That was me firing off a few rounds with a Springfield XD9. In case some of you have wondered, what is my go-to platform for self-defense, for home defense, it is the Springfield XD9. That's the gun that I keep very close to me. Now, it was my first ever handgun that I've purchased. So now it's been several years since I've used it. I always carry that gun. If it's not at home, it's at the range. And I fired thousands upon thousands of rounds, and it has done me very, very well. And so there's a couple of reasons why I really like the Springfield XD9, why it has been my go-to platform for all these years. And I've already touched upon it. Number one is reliability. Again, I've fired so many rounds, multiple kinds of rounds, and usually the cheap stuff, the cheap 9mm that you find sold at Walmart. And I've gone through the Federal and all kinds of other cheap ammo, and I have not experienced, at least I don't recall experiencing a single failure. No jamming, no failure to fire, none of that stuff. So it's been extremely reliable, and that's what you're looking for in a self-defense platform. Outside of stopping power, you want to make sure that when you pull out that gun in that life or death situation, that when you pull the trigger, that it's going to go bang. And every time I've pulled the trigger on the XD9, it has gone bang. So I've had no issues with it, which is supremely important in a handgun. Now, the second reason why I like the XD9 is very similar. It's very easy to maintain. Unlike, say, a complicated platform, well, in my opinion, complicated, like the 1911, where you have so many moving parts and you have to take this out and unscrew this, and it's just a mess, and you start losing parts and springs, and it becomes chaotic even for some of the hardened veterans of firearms. I can imagine that somebody new to firearms, they're going to kind of flip out with the 1911 and the maintenance and cleaning involved. With the XD9, it's completely the opposite situation. You only need to reference the instruction manual once, if that, and then you're good to go. It's almost like riding a bicycle. Once you learn it once, or once you learn that process once, you can. It's very easy to memorize. It becomes very intuitive, and you modulate a few switches, take out the slide. You got the barrel, run a swap through the barrel, put it back together, boom, you're done. It's not rocket science. It's very easy. I mean, you could probably field strip it under pressure, and you'll be fine. Again, it's a very intuitive setup. And finally, the third reason why I like the XD9 is the price is right. Typically, you're going to find the XD9 sold at gun stores at around $400, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. And in holiday seasons and holiday specials or discount specials or what have you, especially right now, gun stores may have the XD9 sold for $350, maybe even a little bit lower than $350. And for that price, you really can't go wrong. And in fact, even at $400 up to $450, I don't think you can go wrong with the XD9, because it gives you the reliability, it gives you the easy maintenance, the intuitive maintenance. It's very effective for beginners. In fact, I'd recommend it for beginners because it is so simple, because it is so intuitive, and it gives you the stopping power. So the XD platform, I believe, is chambered for 9mm and 40 Smith & Wesson, and I believe there's also an option for the 45 ACP, if I'm not mistaken. So you have a couple of good options. I just went with the 9mm because it's a common round, so you'll always find 9mm. You may not always find some of the rarer calibers, but with 9mm, it's all over the place. Again, you can find it at Walmart. So that for that reason, and it gives you enough stopping power. I'm not I'm not a special operator, so I don't have enemies coming at me with full tactical gears. I don't need to worry so much about extreme stopping power. I just need to be able to have something that has adequate stopping power and, more importantly, reliability. So that is all packaged together in the XD9, and in my opinion, in a very attractive, aesthetically appeasing platform, all at a great price. So you really can't go wrong with the Springfield XD9.